You might reach back, pull the flesh away from your sitting bones, and rest your hands on your knees, your thighs, your lap, or somewhere that feels meaningful for you. You might even rest one hand on your low belly and one hand at your heart. Allow your spine to grow nice and tall. Allow the shoulders to shrug up towards your ears, bring them back, and exhale them onto the back. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift the shoulders up. Exhale back and onto the back towards your spine. Slide the corners of your neck back, stacking your head right over your heart. And take this time to bring all of your attention to your breath. Bringing yourself into your practice this morning, onto your mat. And as we arrive right here, I'm going to read a quote by Dennis Waitley. He says, "Happiness cannot be traveled to, owned, earned, worn, or consumed. Happiness is the spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude. Happiness cannot be traveled to, owned, earned, worn, or consumed. Happiness is the spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude." Let's bring the palms together at your heart, please. And calling to mind 3 things in your body or in your day that you are grateful for right now. And let's sing together the sound of Om one time. First, a breath. Take a nice inhale. And let it go. Exhale. Inhale. Good. And bowing your thinking mind to your heart. Slowly float your chin parallel to the earth, stack your head, and let's lift the forearms up so the elbows are in line with the shoulders. But allow the collarbones to broaden a bit, the crown of the head to rise. And as you inhale, widen your elbows, lift your heart, lift your gaze. As you exhale, round it, navel to spine. Again, inhale, open, expand. Exhale, round it, navel to spine. 2 more. Inhale, open, expand. Exhale, bring it in. And last time, inhale, open, expand. Exhale, bring it in, keeping the arms where they are. As you inhale, sit up nice and tall. Let's widen the arms out. We'll go ahead and unfold the arms. Roll your palms open. Good. Melt your shoulder blades onto your back. And we'll bend the elbows, bring your hands to your shoulders. Let's take an inhale into your elbow joints. And as you exhale, bring your elbows forward. Maybe they tap. Inhale, lift them up. Bring them back. Try to tap them behind you. Hopefully they don't tap. And we'll continue. If they do, we have what we call in Sanskrit a situation. We'll take about 2 more circles in this direction. Good. Next time the elbows come forward, let's reverse those circles. Really leading with the elbow joints. Okay. And take one more circle here. And the next time the elbows come together, we'll pause. We'll lift them up. Bring them out. Unfold them. Good. Bring your hands behind you. Lean back. Stretch your legs forward. Shake out your knees. And then we'll bring the arms forward. Make soft fists with the hands. Plug the arm bones in. Melt your shoulder blades onto your back. Sit up a little bit taller. You might bend your knees. And circle your wrists and your ankles. In both directions. Good. And then give everything a little bit of a shake. And let's find our way into Balasana, child's pose. Feel free to pad your knees if your knees are sensitive. Knees might be wide, knees might be together, you choose. And the heart is really lifting up and over. And forehead to the earth or support. Really softening, settling in right here. Good. And as we arrive here in Balasana, let's take an inhale through your nose. And open the mouth, sigh it out. Let's do that again. Inhale through your nose. And out the mouth, sigh it out. Closing the lips softly. Inhaling through your nose. And beginning to find your Ujjayi Pranayama, that yogic breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. The back of the throat is slightly valved or constricted. With your arms stretching forward, gaze between your hands, and allow an inhale to draw you up to a tabletop position. Hands and knees position on the mat. Wrists under your shoulders. Broaden your collarbones and lengthen the crown of the head longer. Let's take some cat-cows together. As you inhale, draw your heart forward. A little pause at the top. And exhale, press the floor away, round the back. Pausing at the bottom. Again, inhale, draw your heart forward. A little pause at the top. And exhale, round the spine, pausing at the bottom. And you might even close your eyes to see a little bit deeper. And notice how the body wants to be moved here. You might start to make circles with your ribs, almost like a jump rope. You might wag your hips from side to side. So there's no right or wrong here. What would feel good in this moment, in this breath? Good. If you're circling, you might reverse those circles. Once you feel even, let's come back to that cat-cow, nice and slow. So inhale, draw your heart forward. Exhale, round. Just one more time. Inhale, draw your heart forward. And exhale to round. Let's inhale to a nice long spine, axial extension. Walk your hands one handprint forward. Shift the shoulders right over your wrists or your knees down plank. Good. Broaden your collarbones. Keep the shoulder blades sliding onto the back. Lengthen the crown of the head longer. Take an inhale here. Press the floor away from you. In one piece, lower all the way down. Elbows tack back. All the way down you go. Bring the fingers off of your yoga mat, nice and wide, tenting your finger pads. Broaden your collarbones. Take a breath here, please. Nice inhale. Stay as you exhale, navel towards your spine. Pubic bone anchors. On an inhale, peel yourself up, nice and slow. And as you exhale, roll yourself all the way back down. Let's do that again. Inhale, peel yourself up. And exhale, roll it down. I'm going to give an option for a variation here. As you inhale, peel yourself up, stay lifted. As you exhale, dip your right shoulder, peek over your left shoulder. Maybe peek at your toes. Inhale, center, reach your heart forward. And exhale, other side. Left shoulder dips, peek over your right shoulder, rooting your toenails down. Inhale, center. You might repeat that one more time each side. Exhale, right shoulder dips, peek over left. Inhale, center. Once again, exhale, left shoulder dips, peek over right. Good. Inhale, center. And as you exhale, lower forward and all the way down you go. Planting your hands down alongside the chest or the shoulders, elbows tack back. On an inhale, tabletop position, please. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Recognizing this is your practice, as always. Take what serves you, discard what doesn't. Rest when you need to rest. You might walk it out, bending one knee at a time. Good. Let's soften the knees. Gaze between your thumbs and take a slow walk forward to the top of your yoga mat, please. I'll meet you in a forward fold. You might widen your feet a little wider, bend your knees. Catch hold of opposite elbows here. And breathe. You might intuitively add a little movement, a little shifting. You might even flutter your lips here. And then we'll uncross and recross in the opposite direction. Snuggling into this forward fold here. Really allowing gravity to hold you. Relaxing your arms all the way down to the earth. Keep the knees bending forward. Take an inhale, fill your back, please. As you exhale, roll it up vertebrae by vertebrae. And the back of the head is the last to rise. And once it does, inhale, reach your arms up, look up. And as you exhale, lower the arms all the way down. Good. Bring your feet hip bone distance apart. Hip bone distance apart. Lift up your toes, spread them wide. Anchor down in the big toe mound, pinky toe mound, center of your heels. Allow the arches to softly lift and spread the toes all the way down. Good. The legs are telescoping up into the bowl of the pelvis. Ribs right over the pelvic bowl. And the crown of the head rising towards the sun. As you inhale, reach your arms up once again, parallel. You might look up. And as you exhale, lower the arms down, gaze forward, find a drishti, find a focal point. With your next inhale, lift your heels up, lift your arms up. Good. And as you exhale, lower your arms, reach your heels back and down. Good. Just one more time. Inhale, lift your heels, lift your arms. Good. As you exhale, reach your heels back and down. Lower the arms down. Good. From here, bend your knees forward. Think chair pose. Interlace your fingers on your low back. Loop your shoulders up, back and onto your back. Take an inhale, lift your heart, look up. And as you exhale, bow forwards, filling the upper body over the low body. You might sway the arms gently from side to side. And then slowly lower your hands to your low back, down the sides of the legs, all the way to the earth. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. So bend your knees enough that you can really lengthen your spine longer, sternum bone forward. And then lead with your right leg. Let's step back to plank pose, top of a push-up, bodies in one straight line. Knees can be lifted, knees can be down. Let's take an extra inhale here. And in one piece, once again, lower all the way to your belly. On an inhale, rise to cobra pose, please. Just one breath here. As you exhale, forward and all the way down. Inhale, table or plank. And exhale, slide your hips up and back, downward facing doggy, please. 5 breaths. And child's pose is always available for you. Good. If your back is rounding, bend your knees more. And really reach the tops of your thigh bones up and back. Draw your front ribs towards your back ribs. And press the floor down and forward. Good. Softening your knees if they're not already, gazing between your hands. Bottom of your next exhale, stepping or floating forward to the top of your mat. On an inhale, lengthening your spine. On an exhale, fold. Soften the knees, reach the arms out, long spine. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. And exhale, lower your arms all the way down. Let's take one cleansing breath here, please. Take a nice inhale through your nose. And out the mouth, let it go. Good. On an inhale, lift your heels, lift your arms. Good. As you exhale, sink your heels, sink your arms, or lower your arms all the way down. Good. Do that one more time. Inhale, lift your heels, lift your arms. This time, keep the arms lifting. As you exhale, reach your heels slowly back and down. Good. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, bend the knees, chair pose. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, bend your elbows, reach your arms back, interlace your fingers the other way on your low back, please. Loop your shoulders up, back and onto your back. Take an inhale, lift your heart, look up. As you exhale, bow forward, legs might straighten. Once again, you might sway the arms a bit from side to side. Good. And then lowering hands to low back, down the sides of the legs, all the way to the earth. Bend your knees, take an inhale, lengthen your spine. Left leg will lead, step back to plank pose. Yogi's choice, dog or vinyasa. As you exhale, lowering halfway or all the way. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. You get to choose. Exhale, up and back. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Soften the knees, gaze between your hands. Bottom of your next exhale, step or lightly float to the top of your yoga mat. On an inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold. With a nice long spine, inhale, come all the way up, stretch up, reach up. And we'll open the arms wide. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Good. Moving right along. Inhale, reach your arms up, please. As you exhale, bow forward, all the way down you go. On an inhale, lengthen your spine. Bend your knees, plant your hands, and slowly step your right leg way back, runner's lunge. Draw your sternum bone forward. Begin to scissor your feet together. Inhale, rise up to high lunge, crescent lunge. Back knee can be nice and soft here. If you feel wobbly, heel toe this left foot a little bit wider. As you scissor your feet together, hug your inner thighs together. Take an inhale, reach up more. As you exhale, goal post your arms, soften your back knee. Good. Inhale, reach it up. And this time, exhale, hinge it forward. Sweep the arms back to airplane pause here. Your torso is hovering over that front thigh. Roll those palms forward. Roll the upper arms towards the outer arms. And find length from that back heel to the crown of your head. Good. One more breath. Great. Begin to rebend your back knee. Inhale, rise to high lunge. One breath here. And as you exhale, let's open out to warrior two. Realigning the feet, heel to arch alignment. I'll turn to face you. Good. That front knee right over the ankle. That outer right foot rooting down so the inseam of that leg is rising. Crown of the head rising to the sky. Take a nice inhale here. As you exhale, side angle pose, forearm to thigh, sweeping that right arm alongside the ear here. Good. Great. Beautiful. Collarbones are nice and broad. Finding length from the outer right foot to the fingertips. Good. One more breath. Nice inhale. As you exhale, gaze down. Reach your top arm to the sky. On an inhale, warrior two. We'll take a little pause here. Flip your front palm open. Reach a little bit forward. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Good. And then as you exhale, unwind your arms. Pivot your back heel up to that runner's lunge. And we're going to inhale, step forward, nice and slow to the top of the mat. Forward fold. On an inhale, rise all the way up to stand. And exhale, lower your arms all the way down. One cleansing breath here. Take a nice inhale. And out the mouth, exhale. Good. Second side, inhale, reach your arms up, please. As you exhale, bow forward, all the way down you go. On an inhale, halfway rise. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step your left leg way back, runner's lunge. Good. Draw your sternum bone forward. Begin to scissor your feet together and inhale, rise up to high lunge, crescent lunge. Once again, if you're wobbly, heel toe this right foot a little bit wider to the right. As the feet are scissoring, inner thighs are hugging, and the heart is lifting. Take a nice inhale here. As you exhale, goalpost your arms, soften your back knee. Inhale, reach it up. And this time, exhale, hinge it forward, airplane arms. Hovering right over your front thigh. Broaden your collarbones. Don't let your head dip below your heart, right? There you go. Next in the same line as the rest of the spine. Roll your palms open, get longer from your heel to the crown of the head. One more breath. And begin to bend your back knee. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. One breath. Back heel might reach. And as you exhale, open out to warrior two. Realigning your feet, heel to arch alignment. Good. Front knee is right over the ankle. That outer left foot, left heel is anchoring down to the inseam. That leg is lifting up. And the crown of the head rising up. Let's take a nice inhale here. As you exhale, side angle pose. Forearm to your thigh, sweeping that left arm alongside the ear. Good. Broaden your collarbones. Roll your bottom ribs towards your top ribs. And stretch longer from the outer left foot to the fingertips. Good. Very nice. Let's take an inhale together. As you exhale, gaze down, top arm to the sky. Inhale, warrior two, one breath. Flip your front palm, reach a little bit forward. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Good. And then exhale, cartwheel the arms down. Pivot your back heel up. Slow motion, inhale, step forward to the top of your yoga mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold. With a nice long spine, inhale, come all the way up to stand. And open your arms wide. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Take an inhale through your nose. And out the mouth, let it go. Let's take a quarter turn, open, widening the feet about 3 feet apart. Let's take a little rest here. So feet about 3 feet apart, nice and parallel. Bring your hands to your hips, please. Broaden your collarbones. Take an inhale, lift your heart, look up. And as you exhale, bow forward, hands to the earth or support, you get to choose. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold. 5 breaths. If the crown of the head is close to the earth, you might begin to walk the heels of the hands back so they line up with the heels of the feet, forming a tripod with the upper body. Breathe. And then walking your hands right under your shoulders, take an inhale, lengthen your spine. Listen carefully. As you exhale, bend into your left knee. Bend into your left knee. We'll take a little pause here. So we're not turning all the way around quite yet, Dan. There you go, good. So bend into that left knee. And can you draw your right inner thigh to the right outer thigh? Can you draw your right inner thigh to your right outer thigh? Good, there you go. Beautiful. And then slow motion over to the right side. So bend your right knee. Bend your right knee. And as you bend your right knee, can you draw your left inner thigh to your outer thigh? Good. And then slow motion, pivot everything forward towards the top of your yoga mat, runner's lunge. Step back, plank pose, top of a push-up. Dog or vinyasa, yogi's choice. Dog or vinyasa. So we're going to put everything together in a little bit of a flow. As always, take what serves you, discard what doesn't. Child's pose is always there for you. Let's start with an inhale through your nose, please. And out the mouth, let it go. On an inhale, reach your right leg up and back. On an exhale, step your right foot all the way through. Bend your back knee, inhale, rise up, crescent lunge, high lunge. 1 breath, exhale, goalpost your arms, soften your back knee. Good. Inhale, reach your arms back up. As you exhale, airplane arms, hinge it forward. On an inhale, rise back up to high lunge. As you exhale, open out, warrior 2. Warrior 2. Good. Take a nice inhale here. As you exhale, side angle pose. Good. And then inhale, reverse your warrior. Reverse your warrior, up to go over. Good. And then follow the arms all the way down, dog or vinyasa. Dog or vinyasa. Good, I'm going to go to dog. Very nice. When you're ready, breathe your left leg up and back. On an exhale, step that foot all the way through. Inhale, high lunge, crescent lunge. On an exhale, goal post, bend your back knee. On an inhale, reach it up. As you exhale, airplane arms, hinge it forward. On an inhale, bring it back up, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. Take an inhale here, grow taller. With your next exhale, side angle pose, please. On an inhale, reverse your warrior up to go over. It's a little transition. And exhale, unwind. Dog or vinyasa. Dog or vinyasa. Very nice. You are welcome to repeat that one more time each side. Otherwise, child's pose is waiting for you. Child's pose is waiting for you. Good. Circling your wrists. Very, very nice. Good. Downward facing dog, please. Downward facing dog. With your next inhale, breathe your right leg up and back. On an exhale, step the foot all the way through. If it doesn't make it, give it help. This time we'll pivot that left heel flat, heel to heel alignment, and inhale, warrior one. Come on up. Warrior one. Good. Root that back heel down like it was a beach umbrella burrowing into the earth. But at the same time, hug your left calf up towards the left hip, stretch longer to your fingertips. Take a nice inhale here. As you exhale, goal post your arms once again. We'll bring the right arm on top, eagle arms, or you might give yourself a hug instead. You get to choose. And I want to give the option to stay right here. Otherwise, take an inhale, lift your elbows, lift your heart, look up. And as you exhale, bow forward, humble, we'll call it humble eagle. You might tap that knee or bring the arms inside that leg. Breathe. Feel free to unwind the arms if it feels too much here. Left ribs are wrapping towards the earth. And then leading with the elbows, inhale, come all the way up. Pause. Pivot to the ball of that back foot. Listen carefully. Slow motion, shift the weight into your front foot. Stab this left leg up into your expression of eagle. Maybe a half bind, maybe a double bind. Maybe the foot finds the floor or both feet touch the floor and you find chair pose. Totally fine. Good. Inner thighs hugging together. I want to give the option to stay here or take an inhale, lift your heart, look up. And as you exhale, bowing forward, just an option, tapping your elbows towards your knees. Keep lifting that left buttocks up and back. And then if that's you, inhale, scoop it up. Slow motion, unwind to warrior one, inhale. And exhale, unwind, dog or vinyasa. Dog or vinyasa. Good. Great. I'll meet you in dog. Good. With your next inhalation, breathe your left leg up and back. On an exhale, step that foot all the way through. Pivot that right heel flat, heel to heel. And inhale, Vira one. Come on up. Good. Your back heel rooting like that beach umbrella. The calf of the foot hugging up towards the hip. Stretch longer to your fingertips. And take a nice inhale here. As you exhale, goal post your arms. Left arm on top, eagle arms, or give yourself a hug. You get to choose. Good. You might stay here or inhale, lift your elbows, lift your gaze, look up. You might even stay here. Option to exhale, bow in, humble warrior variation. Either tapping elbows to the knee, or you might go inside that thigh. The head and neck can relax. Good. From the anchor of your back foot, inhale, come all the way up. As we pause here, front knee bending forward, pivot to the ball of your back foot. Slowly shift the weight forward, slow motion, step it up. You might wrap it around, find a half bind, double bind, or chair pose. You get to choose. It's a really tricky transition, or it can be. Inner thighs hugging. You might stay here or take an inhale, lift your elbows, lift your heart, look up. And as you exhale, bow in, just an option. Compressing or squeezing out all the lymph here. And if that's you, slow and controlled, inhale, come all the way up. As you exhale, unwind, warrior one. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. And as you exhale, slowly unwind, dog or vinyasa. Dog or vinyasa. I'm going to go to downward facing dog. Good. Great. Let's walk the hands back to meet the feet at the back of your yoga mat, please. Take your first two fingers, your peace fingers, around the mounds of the big toes, yogi toe lock. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold. 5 breaths. Elbows widening towards the side walls. Shoulder blades shrugging up and onto the back. There's freedom in your head and your neck. Releasing the big toes, Padahastasana, sliding your hands under your feet. Toes come all the way to the creases of your wrists. When you're ready, take an inhale, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, fold in. Hinging the weight a little bit forward towards your toes. Breathe. And releasing one hand at a time. And inhale forward to downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Bringing the big toes all the way together. Miriam, you might skip this. As you inhale, breathe your right leg up and back. Bend that right knee like you're going to kick yourself from the buttocks. You might stay here or roll that hip open. Roll that hip open. Option to circle your ankle here. You might circle the knee. You choose. Good. And then let's re-square that leg. Re-square the hip. Take a nice inhale here. As you exhale, step the foot all the way through. If it doesn't make it, give it help. I know we've done that transition a few times. Pivot your back heel flat, heel to heel, as if you're going to come into warrior one. And hop that back foot in 1 foot. Hop that back foot in 1 foot. Good. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. This is where the blocks might come in handy. Now you might stay here or very, very slowly begin to straighten your front knee. Very, very slowly begin to straighten your front knee. Inner thighs rolling back and apart. Take another inhale here, grow longer. Option to stay parallel to the floor or exhale, bow in. 5 breaths. One more breath. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, rebend your front knee, pivot your back heel up, scooch it back a little bit, and step back, downward facing dog, please. And take an inhale through your nose, and out the mouth, let it go. Let's bring the big toes all the way together. With your next inhale, breathe your left leg up and back. Bend the knee like you're going to kick yourself in the buttocks. An option to roll that hip open. You might circle your ankle or circle the knee. Should feel pretty good right about now. And then re-square that leg, re-square the hip. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, slow motion, step it through. Pivot your back heel flat, heel to heel, and hop that back foot in 1 foot. Good. With your next inhale, lengthen your spine. We're going to take a little pause here. Very slowly begin to straighten that front knee or lift the knee up, up, up towards that left hip. Roll your inner thighs back and apart. Take an inhale, grow longer. You might stay. Or exhale, bow in. 5 breaths. Hands might find the earth. Good. With your next inhale, gaze forward. As you exhale, bend your front knee forward, pivot your back heel up, scooch it back. And this time, step back to plank pose, top of a push-up, knees up or knees down. And in one piece, lower all the way to your belly. All the way down you go. From here, if it's comfortable, we'll interlace the fingers on the low back. We've done this a couple times. But if it's not comfortable, bring the arms down alongside the body. Palms will turn in, totally cool. Loop your shoulders up, back onto your back. And on an inhale, everything lifts. Upper body, maybe your low body. Toes spread wide. Growing longer from the tips of your toes to the crown of your head. Really rolling those upper arm bones open. And take a nice inhale when you're ready. As you exhale, lower down right cheek, all the way down to the earth. You might wag your hips a bit from side to side. Good. And then we'll bring the forehead down. We'll repeat that. So you might interlace your fingers the other way here. Loop the shoulders up, back and onto your back, and as you inhale, everything lifts. And collarbones are broad, shoulder blades are drawing towards one another. Spread your toes wide, grow longer. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, left cheek all the way down. You might wag your hips a bit from side to side. And I want to give the option to rest. Option B is to repeat. Option C, bring your forehead down and we'll set up for Dhanurasana. Upward facing bow. So bending your knees, reaching back where the toes and the feet meet. You can also loop a strap around your feet as well. Knees nice and parallel. Loop the shoulders up, back and onto your back. And as you inhale, kick your feet into your hands, rise up. The roof of the mouth is lifting here. Lengthening from the backs of your knees to your armpits. The base of the spine to the base of the skull. Take a nice inhale. As you exhale, lower all the way down and rest. Very, very nice. You can wag your hips a bit from side to side. If it feels good to bend your knees and wag your shins from side to side, you might play with that. Good. And bringing your forehead down, plant your hands either alongside your chest or your shoulders. Slowly inhale to a tabletop position. Exhale, child's pose, knees wide, knees wide. Imagine there was a 10-pound weight resting on your tailbone. Sending your breath into the back of the body. Good. And then drag your hands back, round yourself up to sit. Shifting the hips to one side, stretch your legs forward. You might give the knees a little bit of a shake. And we'll bend the knees, scooch forward. Make sure there's nothing behind you. In a moment, we're going to roll onto the back. There's no one way. If you'd like a little more core work, interlace your fingers, please. Roll your palms forward, sit up nice and tall. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, roll it down vertebrae by vertebrae. Keep pressing your palms forward. Halfway down, gaze towards your navel. And then maybe the palms reach back, legs stretch long. Wiggle, stretch, yawn. Unwinding your arms and bending your knees as if you're going to lift into a bridge shape. And all we're going to do is press the feet down, lift the buttocks just about an inch and set it back down. Hug your right knee in towards the chest, please. Give it a good hug. Flex that right foot and ankle. Inhale it up to the sky just for a breath. And we'll cross that foot off the edge of your left thigh. Option to stay here or exhale, draw that left thigh in. Reaching between the thighs with your right hand, around the thigh with the left hand. Either catching the thigh or the shin. If you'd like a little more sensation, I want to give the option today to extend that left leg to the sky. If that's you, you might catch the calf instead. Just an option. Just an option. Breathe. Okay. Letting go of that Ujjayi pranayama. I'm finding nice long exhales here. As the body begins to cool. I think we've worked really, really hard today. Just always finding balance. The shoulders are soft. A little space in the back teeth. You might even flutter your lips here. One more breath. On an exhale, we'll set that left foot down. Unwind your right leg, pause. We'll go right to the second side, so hug your left knee in. Give the knee a good hug. Flex that foot and ankle, inhale it up to the sky, just for a breath. And we'll cross it off the edge of your right thigh, setting up for that figure four. You might stay here or exhale, hug that thigh in. And catching the back of the thigh or your shin. Good. If you'd like to change the sensation, option to reach that right leg to the sky or back. Keep the low back fairly rooted. You might catch your calf. I don't mind if the tip of the tailbone lifts here. I just don't want a plow shape. Okay. Breathe. The shoulders are soft. A little space in the back teeth. You might flutter your lips. With your next exhale, let's set that right foot back down. Unwind your left leg, set your left foot down. Plant your feet into the earth just for a breath. Lift the buttocks just a little bit off the earth. And reset. Let's hug the right knee in once again, please. Hug the right knee in. Slide your left leg nice and long to the top of your mat. Right knee in, left leg nice and long to the top of your mat. You might stay here. We're setting up for a twist, so I like to have a little support to my left side, just an option here. Reach the right arm out to the right. Just take an inhale together. As you exhale, invite that right knee a little bit or all the way across the body. That bottom hip might roll under. You might slide support underneath your top shin and ankle. That right arm might slide out to the right, or you might slide it diagonally back. It's your heart line. Breathe. One more full breath here. A nice inhale. Stay as you exhale, navel to spine. And slow and controlled inhale, come on up. You'll reset your feet. Hug the knees all the way in. This time, keep the left knee hugging in. Slide your right leg nice and long to the top of your mat. Maybe there's a little support waiting for you outside your right hip. Just an option. We're reaching your left arm out to the left. Let's take an inhale here. As you exhale, invite that left knee a little bit or all the way across the body, rolling your bottom hip under. Left arm slides to the left or maybe diagonally back. You choose. Breathe. Good. Good. One more breath. Nice inhale. Stay as you exhale, navel to spine. Nice and slow. Inhale, come on up. Set your feet down. Reset. And hug your knees all the way into the chest. Give them a good hug, a good squeeze. Now we're going to set up for a little visit to Vipariti Karani, or a gentle inversion if you prefer to bring your legs up a wall or elevate your hips on a block. That is always welcome. Otherwise, we'll keep the low back on the earth today. Begin to reach your legs up to the sky. Knees might be soft. Option to catch the backs or the sides of your legs, or relax your arms all the way down to the earth. Take 10 breaths here. Legs might be all the way together or hip bone distance. You choose. Breathe. You might stay or begin to hug your knees back in, giving them a good hug, a good squeeze. Now, only if it feels really good in your body, you might exhale, curl up into a tight little ball. And then relaxing your head back and beginning to stretch out into final relaxation, final shavasana. Of course, supporting anywhere that needs a little support, behind the knees or a little pillow behind the head. And taking your time here. As we arrive back, one more time I'll read a quote by Dennis Waitley, who says, "Happiness cannot be traveled to, owned, earned, worn, or consumed. Happiness is the spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude." Deepening the breath. And keeping the eyes closed, rocking your head to the right for one full breath. And slowly through center to the other side, one full breath. Rocking the head back to center. Beginning to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circling your wrists and your ankles. In both directions. And stretching and yawning. When you're ready, I'm beginning to bend your knees. Rolling to rest on your right side, 3 breaths. Using your upper arm as a pillow. And pressing yourself all the way up to a seat for a little breath meditation. And so taking your time to sit tall, to be comfortable, maybe grab a cat. And allow your hands to rest. Maybe the palms roll open today in Jnana Mudra. Index finger and thumb might draw together. Eyes might close. And take an inhale through your nose. And out the mouth, let it go. And do that once again. Inhale through your nose. And out the mouth, let it go. Closing the lips softly. Take a smooth inhale through your nose. And through the nose, a nice long exhale. A smooth inhale. Maybe a pause at the top. And a nice long exhale. A pause at the bottom. And continuing just like that at your rhythm. Your breath. And if the mind wanders, keep bringing it back. Nice smooth inhale. A pause. A nice long exhale. A pause. Next time you exhale, let go of observing the breath and become the breath. Calling to mind 3 things, maybe 3 more things that you are grateful for right now. And bringing palms together sweetly at the heart. And we'll sing a soft Om sound together. First, a breath. Take a nice inhale. And let it go. Inhale. Bowing your thinking mind to your heart, honoring that light within, allowing that light to shine brightly for you and to everyone you choose to surround yourself with today and the rest of your week. Lifting your chin, and together we say, Namaste.